guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have something that I think a lot of you guys will appreciate and will love, and it is from OMG Queen Hair. So the website is omgqueenhair.com, and I'll have all the information and along with direct links down below. And I got a wig, but that's a whole nother video. But I got a closure and I got a frontal for you guys, and so I haven't opened it yet. I mean, I took it out of the package. Shipping took a while, but it was because I got the I got a custom wig made. But if I didn't get the wig made, it would have came, and I think shipping takes about a week, 1 or 2 weeks for them. But it took way longer because I got the custom wig and they just sent everything at once because I was in no rush. But yeah, it comes in this cute little box. Like, how cute is this? It says thank you, and then it says OMG Queen. And then when you open the box, I have my closure right here, and it's 12 inches. It's a 4x4 closure in the natural color. And then I got my frontal. My frontal is right here, and it is also in the natural color. It's also 12 inches, and it's a 13x4. So let me tell you guys about them. So their frontals and closures, their closures start off at $19, and like, you cannot beat that even on Amazon. Trust me, I've searched many of times trying to find a cheap closure to make my wigs with, and their closures start at $19. I know for a good closure, usually you pay about $80 to $100 depending on the hair type that you want, if you want curly, straight, or whatever. But I know for a fact, because I paid $95 before for one of my closures, and their closures start off at $19, so that is amazing. And their frontals start off at about I think they start off at about $40, and they go up again based on length and based on type. And I know frontals start off at about $120, between $120 and like $145. That's how frontals start off. And I know a lot of people, sorry guys, a lot of people always ask questions on what's the difference between a frontal and a closure, and now I can show you exactly what the difference is. So let's go ahead and take them out. So this right here, is it pre-plucked? Oh, and it's pre-plucked. So this closure right here, I believe it was either $41 or $44, and it's pre-plucked, and it has baby hair. So this is what the lace looks like. It's like a that would be, I guess, light brown lace. Some places you can choose if you want light brown, dark brown, or transparent. I know transparent always takes longer for shipping, but that's the one that's like white or clearish. So this one is about light brown, and it is pre-plucked a little bit, if you guys can see that. But of course, I'm going to pluck it more, and I'm going to show you guys how to customize your frontal to make it look more natural in the front. So that's what I'm going to do with this. And this is a frontal, guys. So a frontal goes from ear to ear, and it goes back about usually 4 inches. So this one goes 13 inches across and 4 inches back. And then this is a closure. So this closure is not pre-plucked. You don't necessarily have to pre-pluck a closure because, again, it only covers 4x4, so 4 inches going back, and then 4 inches going across. So you can pre-pluck it if you want to. I never pre-plucked mine in the past, but you can. So this is what their closure looks like, and again, it's about the light brown lace. And with this, I'm going to show you guys, oh, sorry, it also has baby hair, if you guys can see that. Sorry, it has the baby hair in the front. But I'm going to show you guys how to tint the lace. So I know a lot of people struggle with the right color, to get the color to match their skin tone, and a lot of times light brown still isn't dark enough. It's sometimes not dark enough for me. Different companies have different color lace, so I'm going to show you guys how to tint the lace to get it the color that you want, and then I'm going to show you guys how to pluck your frontal to get it to look natural in the front. So started with this $41 frontal, and there's a $19 closure. Again, I just went on their website to make sure I had the pricing and stuff right. They're also having a 20% off sale, so if you guys want to jump on that, if I can hurry up and edit this video and get it out, they're having a 20% off sale. I think it said into November 18th. So I think today is the 25th. first. So yeah, if I hurry up and edit this video, you guys have a month to get an additional 20% off. It said all hair, so I'm assuming these are included. So yeah, so before I get started, I just want to show you guys again a close-up of the closure so you can see the color of it. This is the color of it now, and then I'll do a side-by-side for you guys so that you can see what it looks like. So this is what it is in the front. This is how it looks in the inside against my skin. And then this is what it looks like against my finger, if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can put it against here. So this is the lace again, if you guys can see. This is my skin and this is the lace. Okay, so you're gonna need some type of fabric dye. I got this from Joann's, and it was probably, I think it was $4.99. Got it from Joann's. They also have it at Michael's, and I'm pretty sure you can order it on Amazon because Amazon has everything. So I got it in the color tan, and I'm just gonna use a clear bowl so you guys can see the color that it is. And all you need is a cap full of this. So what you're gonna need is the dye, of course, your closure, a bowl, and hot water. It will not work with cold water, trust me, I tried and it did nothing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this water in here. So I have the hot water inside of this Tupperware container, and then I have a cap full of it, and it's this weird like bluish green color, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pour that in there. And it literally turns the entire water dark. Just go ahead and mix it. Probably shouldn't be using a pen, but I don't feel like getting up again. And that one capful turned the water this really, really dark brown color. It kind of looks like dark tea. So once you have that all mixed in, you don't need any more than that. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the frontal, take the closure, and you can dip it in. You can always do a test strip so you know how long to put it in. So like you can cut a piece of this part right here, of the part that's not attached with the hair, and drop it in and see how long it takes to get it to the color that you want. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put the whole thing in. What I say, it dyes so quick. It dyes really quick. I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna let it sit for about 30 seconds. So it's 7:05 right now, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. And then I'll take it out. You can always check on it. And that looks right to me. But if you guys can see this now, this is what the lace looks like now. So I'll do a side-by-side for you guys. And that was, again, it wasn't even a full minute. It was probably about 30 to 45 seconds, and it tinted it all the way around. And here's the inside, and then let me put it against my skin. And then if you guys can see that now, it's a little bit closer to my skin tone. Okay, so for your frontal, what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a flat surface. I find that it's a lot easier to do it on a flat surface that's a lighter color, so you can actually see where and how you're plucking it, as opposed to doing it on a wig head where you only see the section that you're working on at the time because it's round. So it's way easier to see it if it's laid out flat like this. You can literally see everything. So again, a flat surface, you can use a piece of white paper or a lighter paper, whatever, just so that you can see. Of course, you're going to need your tweezers, and I like to use Scotch tape to tape the ends down so that it's not like shifting while I'm moving it, and then clips just in case you want to pull some of the hair back. And I like to use a spray bottle sometimes, just so when I'm pulling it, it slicks the hair out of the way. So when the hair is dry and loose like this, it floats around freely, but if you wet it, you can kind of get it to stick so you can actually see what you're doing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tape the ends down, and then I'm going to bring the camera over so you guys can see exactly what I'm. Just go ahead and spray a little bit. And then I'm just going to part back about maybe an inch. Okay, so once you have it all parted about an inch, if it's really thick, you can go back about 1.5 inches. Then you want to take some water and spray it just to get the flyaways out the way and to make the part a little bit more visible. The water will also help you to actually see what you're plucking because it's kind of slicked back. So next thing you want to do is you want to take your tweezers and you want to start plucking about, maybe it's about 10 hairs. So you pluck a patch and then you skip over about 1 centimeter. So you pluck about 1 centimeter worth of hairs, which I said is probably about 10 hairs, and then you scoot over about 10 hairs. And then you pluck 10 more hairs, and then you scoot over 10 hairs again. And you just keep doing this until you get all the way to the end of your first part. And as you can see, by doing this method, the part is starting to open up a little bit more, and you're starting to see a little bit of the dips and waves that you see even more when you get to the front of the hair. You also want to make sure that you're constantly combing through the hair with a comb or a brush of some sort, just to move those hairs out the way so that you can see even better. Now you can kind of see the dips and waves that you're creating, and it's going to get even better as you move closer to the beginning of the frontal. And now you just go ahead and move on to your next part. So you part again all the way down to the end, and then you do the exact same thing where you pluck 10 hairs and then you move 10 hairs over, except you do it the opposite way of you did it the first time, because you don't want to keep plucking in front of the bald spots that you created. So you pluck in front of the 10 hairs that you skipped this time, if that makes sense. And then you just keep repeating the process until you get to the front where you get to the baby hairs. And then you do the exact same thing with the baby hairs to thin them out a little bit and to create the dips and waves. Once you do the pluck 10, skip 10 method in the front, you can go ahead and start to customize the front to make it look more natural like your hairline. I know that my hairline has like a roundness in the front, but then the edges parts go back a little bit. And as you can see, I started on one side and I want to create it equally on the other side. So I'm just going to start plucking a little bit more so I can create that kind of roundness where it goes back a little bit and then it comes back forward. Now you can start working on your baby hairs and trimming your baby hairs and then thinning them out as well to your liking.